My reflection about reflection about the reflection. I know it might be controversial to the other friend group that may have not wanted me to talk about them, and I'll make sure that no names and absolutely zero conversations are mentioned. So we'll keep that very obvious. But rather my own response and my own reflection videos that cover the reflection of the responses of local people talking about all my videos and stuff about that. So, like Detroit Become Human that I just pulled this out of, I felt like a software instability moment where something in me didn't feel quite right after maintaining distance with a local morning interaction. Maintain distance right now temporarily because of a lot of ambiguity that's been going on, but the thing is that the situation surrounding it is that everyone's been making me think something so much, think differently so much about what's been going on and like the stakes of the situation. Like my brother and sister, for example, they've been raising for me to stop talking about people. They want to live private lives and they use typical things. And that's how they say things. And even my last videos, and they said about me, what you're comfy with, they're not comfy with, quote unquote. And sure, that's about, but it comes from a risk based assignment. And that's the assumption that all my videos are inherently risky, which is false. But they've been shifting me from sometimes extreme caution to just outright numbness. And I don't want to be influenced like this. I just don't know what answer I'm supposed to do then. Because as I've been saying, guys, there's sometimes can be 1,000 correct answers, yet 1,000 incorrect answers. And I just want to follow my own moral compass at this point. Like I know my own siblings would brush a situation like this and have it like under the rug if they face this, but and try to endure it, even others too. But to that friend group, I still want to show that like I am sorry. I didn't mean any harm. I don't want to keep them living under ambiguity as if I might do another thing. I just reflect here in my bedroom and what I think can recollect about the day. And my siblings, they've been making me feel like it's not normal to do public reflection videos, as if everybody does the private way, making it seem like an issue with me more than it is a natural part of my personality, even if they vaguely get that public reflection is a thing. I mean, they're just telling me to play it safe, to be honest, but I've been influenced so much, I'll be honest, and they're forcing me to be more cautious. And even then, one of the school admins told me to stay away from the group, which I also see as well, too, and I will maintain that distance, but I'm practically making a meta to the third power of reflections to reflections to reflections, and I think to myself, online when I negotiated to one of those people about the videos, when they said we were uncomfortable with the videos, quote unquote, does it mean 3 out of the 15 of them? Does it mean 2 out of the 15 of them? Or does it mean 13 out of the 15 of them? The reason I have ever declared social neutrality on a friend group is that in this case, I'm not sure if I'm ever allowed back or ever allowed to talk to the group again because this is ambiguity. I say this because if we meant only 3 out of the 4 out of the 15 of them, then that makes my Reflection Transparency Act and the Social Neutrality Act look extreme, as if I brought a literal diplomatic summit to a dinner disagreement about forks. But if it was 7 or more out of the 15 people, or maybe even 10, then it would be more reasonable on that case. But what I'm worried about is that because in reality, if it may have been a smaller number, then that means I would have lost the chance to make good friends. It's always been a mission that I've done on this channel, and I've always recorded to look everywhere, look for a group to stick with, find as many friends to make. This time, it's kind of like a social loss for me because I need to maintain distance until I could talk to them and maybe have some local talks because I don't know if it's all of them or if it's some of them. I don't know if this is like a disagreement that can say like, hey, please stop editing or stop including us in your videos. That's it. You can like join us again, maybe have a talk with us. Or I don't know if it means like you can't be in this group anymore. Like, I don't know, like stay signed, bro, stay out of here. Like just to clarify, we're still following Article 3 of December 7th and the March Transparency Act because we're not naming the group nor are we revealing any of their personal details. We are revealing our own reactions toward them. No one's named, and I'm only the one that's put on my spotlight for my actions. And I know, in theory, this video might get me called to the school admins again if someone tells on me, but uh, for me, I keep being influenced. But my siblings give me a lot of extreme caution. Other people remain neutral, and my parents don't care at all because they got bigger fish to fry, symbolically, because they're like that naval officer for Lord of the Flies, because they got a lot of care home stuff going on. And I'm not here to prove anything to any friend group. I just want to find a place, to be honest. And I know my reflection videos can map people's dynamics uncomfortably and directly, but I really don't need to stalk anyone. I mean, as I've always been looking for social home in a place where people move around constantly, as I've always been talking about social plate tectonics. It exists all across the entire school. And it's always that question. I'm not sure if that meant like quote unquote, hey, you can stop like talking about us in your videos or like really water it down about us, but you can visit us back or have talks with us. Or I don't know if it's like, oh, you're shunned from our social group completely, don't ever come back, quote unquote. And the thing is that these are unwritten social rules. I don't know if I'm allowed back. I don't know if I am not allowed back. So that's why we're declaring neutrality and that's still active now because I don't know who is uncomfortable with me. And what if I did this a little more differently is what I'd also ask myself. What if I just asked about their reflection videos before? I think I could have then negotiated as I joined their friend group several changes to accommodate my videos and make sure that they're not revealed as people. But then again, it's already past that point now. The reality I view it right now is pretty ambiguous because a lot of social rules are unwritten, as I say. I don't know if it's like a simple moment of like stop recording our videos, but you can stay with us. But I don't know if it also means at the same time like you're shunned from our group. I don't know if I'm ever going to be allowed to talk to them again or ever enter the group because that would have solved the problem from day one to ask them about their reflection videos if they want to be included or not. That would have been very, very easily done. That would have been like magic. Just go up and say I do them, and I would not be in this reality right now. My reflection videos technically made me step over a ton of local social boundaries, and I did not know that. The reason, as I always say, I already maintain the local distance is that we're still governed under the December 7th Treaty and the Transparency Act, so I don't know if they want or not want of my local presence. And I really pose no threat in reality. And I mean, all I would want to say is that to the ones who are uncomfortable with my videos is that, yeah, I am sorry for revealing your guys' details, daily conversation. Like, I did not know I was stepping over some things. But to me, ultimately, once distance is met, I mean, I've always been left in the safe zone that I've always talked about before. A lot of high school friend groups, almost ever that I've talked about too before, about from there, north, south, east, and west. All of them, a lot of them tend to stay diffused, tend to stay closed up to protect themselves. And there's a lot of crazy people in this school, I'll be honest. And a lot of people are just looking to survive the day. And as I always say too, is that I make mistakes too. I do apologize for revealing details in past reflector videos and maybe talking a little bit extra about people. But I see that every time I visit a group, it's such a stark mindset contrast. I visit every group as visiting a social boundary. We're visiting another state. We're visiting a miniature home that belongs to them. We're also seeing like another miniature house that we can reside in for a little bit as visitors. And eventually, at the end of the school year, we move on. But all of them just move so fast as I've recorded like everywhere. Because my mindset is that I want to capture memories and keep a souvenir of the day. And I want to bring those forward later on. But my thing is that my mind contrasts with the typical mindset of just surviving the day. Like I want to make both recorded memories like these videos, but also make spontaneous memories with others. Like I view the lunchtime, I view every class time as a chance to make memories, as a chance to actually talk to other people. Not in the grand way, but in the small things, like the daily stuff, doing this and that. And I want to do it where such moments are enjoyed, but the thing is that I really only have less than 3 years left of this high school before I become a big boy adult and move on to the big stakes, like big adult relationships or work conferences and all that. Because right now, I don't want to be stepping over social boundaries. I do want to get captured into a friend group, and that's eventually what I do. But right now, for this situation, though, is that I do want to say sorry to this group. Like, if you guys are watching this, I am sorry. I am really sorry. But I don't know if I'm like allowed to talk or not because, as I said, social boundaries are unwritten. And for a boy like me, definitely need a lot of explicit rules written down. So, as I said, DMs are always open to anyone. I know this video seems kind of like one-sided because I'm talking primarily about my own interactions and other people, but I mean, I guess I should have did this a little bit better. I could have handled that situation back with that friend group a little better, to be honest.